Welcome back to the last episode of Impey and Cardia's Future Blessings. This one should be fairly short, right? If I remember the story right anyway. He just finished the submarine for the Queen, so that way he could get funded for his moon launch project. Having overcome our most daunting obstacles, work of the bathysphere accelerated to a fever pitch. Within a scant few months, our prototype was taking shape, which means our next step will be the much anticipated dive test on the open sea. And thus the day of our test arrived. The finalized bathysphere prototype was towed along by a cargo vessel through the mouth of the Thames and into the sea. Blue to my left, blue to my right, dazzling, brilliant blue all around me. The striking azure of the sea stretches as far as the horizon, meeting and mingling with the lighter blue of the sky there. Cool salt breeze tousled my hair, and I gaped starry-eyed at the vast expanse. So this is the ocean.
あれ、カルディアちゃんは海って初めてだったっけ?
No, it isn't, but I never had the chance to calmly take it in before.
ほほう、ならよく見ておくといいよ。ほら、そっちで魚が跳ねてる。
Reflected sunlight dances on the waves so bright I have to squint to see. The majestic sea seems to go on forever. Part of me still can't believe we're about to journey into the depths of the sea.
だけど、よく考えてみると、なんだか不思議な話だよね。二人は月を目指してるはずなのに、まさか海の底に向かうなんて。
ほら、急がば回れって言うじゃん。これも大事な一歩に変わりはないよ。
All the workers were off doing a final check on the bathysphere, leaving the three of us standing alone to talk. We haven't been speaking long when Lionheart, here as an observer, strides up to us.
そろそろ目的地だそうだ。3人とも準備はできているかね?
Certainly, we will not fail.
僕は海上からのサポートだから、実際に潜水する二人に比べたら気は楽かな。
He's not wrong. The trial calls for Impey and I to clamber in the bathysphere to make for the bottom of the ocean. I don't actually remember them going into the ocean. It's been a long time since I read this. Impey had been the de facto leader of the operation for some time, and the vote was unanimous. He would be the one to pilot it. I was chosen as co-pilot, and I had a very diligently applied myself to learning how to control the bathysphere. Which is a complete front, of course. The truth is that Impey had campaigned hard to get me appointed as co-pilot, saying he couldn't do it without me. But if I am to get into this contraption, one thing concerns me above all else: your poison. Gonna melt it all.
カルディア、やっぱり毒のことが気になる?
Yes. Victor kindly lowers his voice to a whisper so that nobody can overhear us. The poison that flows through my body slowly but surely begins to taint the atmosphere around me. Oh, I forgot about that part. So she's not gonna just melt the bathysphere, she's gonna start intoxicating the whole. It's not nearly enough to be a problem during everyday life, but I know only too well what happens if I stay inside a closed space for too long. And that would traumatize me. I would not be going in there after what happened with Eddie. Yeah, I would not be in there. Or Elaine, sorry. Elaine and the effects my poison had on her body had been the proof of that. That's why I had objected to going as long as I possibly could. Are you sure it'll be alright?
大丈夫だよ。潜水している時間は長くないし、僕の計算では十分に持つ。それに。
Something is on the tip of Victor's tongue, but he stops himself. His expression turns soft. His smile is gentle and genuine.
うん。 これは僕が言うことじゃなかった。
Oh, well, fine, don't say. He gently takes my hand in his, looking me directly in the eye. He speaks.
大丈夫だよ。信じて。僕やインピーのこと。何より、君自身のこと。
Alright, I will. I still feel uneasy, but who can I trust if not these people so dear to me, with whom I have come through so much with? I nod to Victor, and Nippy returns, having finished speaking with Lionheart.
さあさあ、お姫様。そろそろ乗り込むとしましょうか。準備と覚悟とその他もろもろ OK かな。
I like when he uses the Japanese phrase instead of the English phrase. He sounds more formal. Yes, I'm ready. I prepared. Do you mean prepared in general or prepared for possible failure?
大丈夫大丈夫。失敗の可能性は多分ゼロさ。
But Lupin would say, I know I've heard that tone of voice before, but I have a little time to think on that as Impy strolls off towards the craft.
あ、インピー、ちょっと待って。
Victor chases after Impy, a touch of panic in his voice.
インピー、忘れ物だよ。
これってまさか。
うん、ギリギリだよ。今朝ようやく形になったんだ。けど僕にできるのはここまで。あとは君に託すよ。これは君にしかできないことだから。
サンキュー。フランちゃん最高にイケメンだわ。俺が女なら今すぐ熱烈キスしちゃうね。
A sloppy kiss? That's so gross.
遠慮しておく。
I know, I would pass on sloppy kisses too. Impy and Victor seem to be enjoying a joke together. I can't hear what they're talking about. Just watching them smile and laugh makes me happy.
あとは手はず通りに。サポートは任せて。
くれぐれも気をつけてな。無事を祈っているぞ。
Victor, Lionheart, and the assembled workers cheer as Impy and I walk to the bathysphere.
よし。そんじゃあみんな。
We're off. As soon as we're settled inside the craft, its thick hatch shuts behind us with a metallic clink.
ハッチ閉鎖。
Yeah, I also have like claustrophobia, so I would not be able to be in a tight space with anyone. Victor locks the hatch into place to prevent leakage. Also, I also have a fear of drowning, so close space, the bottom of the ocean, you can absolutely count me out. I don't like the feeling of being out of control of what happens to myself, so if this thing started filling up with water, it would leave me absolutely helpless, and I don't like that feeling. The interior of the craft is now a completely closed space.
密閉作業完了。どうかな？今のところ問題は？
No, none yet. I take another look around the interior of the bathysphere we worked so long and hard on. The tight space is packed with all manner of machinery. The most obvious, of course, is the large quartz glass viewing window in front of us.
よし。じゃあ気合い入れていきますか。まずはケーキのチェックお願いね。
Will do. We'd begin through test runs countless times before. I found piloting the bathysphere in theory at least to be easier than an airship, as it has more limited range of motion. Alright. I allow myself one deep breath and begin flipping the switches on each component. Depth and pressure gauges are functional. Ballast is good.
カルディアちゃん、緊張してる？
I am. Very. Aren't you, Impy?
もちろんしてるけど、それ以上にワクワクしてるよ。 月に行くのとはまた違うけどさ。誰も足を踏み入れたことのない世界に行くって意味では同じだからね。
We talk on, felt our nervousness, finishing up equipment checks. Finally, confirming hatch seal, no leakage, equipment operational, all green.
こっちでも確認できたよ。特に問題はないみたいだ。
了解了解。完璧完璧ってね。
I hope this works.
大丈夫だよ。みんなで作った船とこの天才技師を信じてちょうだい。
I do. We can fly in the sky and airship. Surely we can dive to the bottom of the sea as well.
確かにね。そんじゃま行くとしますか。
Impey's hands move across the console like lightning. I keep my eyes fixated on the gauges.
二人とも幸運を。
おうよ。先行開始。ベント開け。
Acknowledged, opening vents. The craft begins to rumble and I feel the slightest bit of resistance. The depth gauge needles twitches and the viewing window is suffused with blue. We're diving. Breaking through the surface, cutting through the water, diving. Heading for unknown depths. This is amazing. In the blink of an eye, our view through the window clears and the underwater world spreads out before us. Schools of fish flit about the shining blue, seeming to dance. We had done a few preparatory runs in the Thames, but I could not have been prepared for how different the sea would be. I had no idea it would be so beautiful down here.
驚くのはまだまだ。20、30。どんどん潜っていっちゃうよ。
Impey turns his attention to the viewing window and is immediately rapt. The only color we can see is blue, deepest, purest blue. The light grows darker as we descend, as vast schools of fish roll around us. It feels unreal, like living in a fairy tale. It's like a dream.
はあ。この水の世界の中、俺たち二人きりのデートだね。ねえ。隣に行ってもいいかな。
Impey wraps his arm around my shoulder. However, his voice of an unexpected chaperone suddenly blares from the ether transmitter.
何がデートだ。我が国の威信をかけた計画だぞ。真面目にやらんか。
Chaperone.
ああ、なんだよ、大声出してさ。今すごくいい感じだったのに。
とりあえず水中でも通信良好だね。
For now, based on the rate of the attunation, I don't think transmissions will go through much longer.
あれ、言ってるそばから通信の状況が悪くなってきたような気がするぞ。
何？またか？いいかインピー、この計画は。
ああ、機器の限界だ。残念だ。これでよしと。
Are you sure cutting off transmission is the best idea?
大丈夫大丈夫。通信はどうせ切れるもんだし、今切れたところで問題ないない。
If you say so. As concerned as I am, I still can't help but gape at the view out our window offers. As the needle of the depth gauge climbs, the school of dancing fish we had seen become fewer. Much larger fish appear in their stead, some of which I've never seen before.
そろそろ暗くなるかな。外部のライトの操作お願い。
Acknowledged. Our bathysphere slowly drifts deeper, ever deeper, towards the seabed we cannot even see. Our surroundings gradually grow dark. With the lights of the sun all but gone, only our artificial lamps pushes back the unfathomable darkness of the deep sea. The world had become pitch black, a pending darkness. It sends a chill down my spine. Impey and I are taking less and less... Taking? What is that? Is it talking? Talking less and less. My bad. The goal that we reach the depth that the government had embarked as our goal. Plumes of earth rise from the seabed. Target depth. I look at one of the indicators and the needle of its little clock face is pointing straight up. Exactly as estimated. You and Victor are amazing, and so is Nemo's bathysphere.
まあ、最強の夫人だからね。こんくらいは想定内ってもんさ。よし。めったにない経験だし、一度外部ライトを消そう。で、機内灯に変更。海の暗さを知ることなんて、きっと今しかないだろうね。
Acknowledged. With a single flick of my finger, the light outside winks out. It's darker than dark.
機内灯がなかったらお互いの居場所すらわからないかもね。
It's so quiet. There isn't a single sound to be heard. Beyond the window, an infinity of darkness. Which for some reason, Impey gets up to investigate.
ねえ、見てごらん、カルディアちゃん。窓の外はどこまでも続いていく。ほとんど光が届かない深い闇。それってさ、こうして見てると何かに似てると思わない？
It's funny, I don't remember the CG at all. Something. I couldn't imagine what Impey was talking about and gazed out into the blackness looking for an answer. At this depth, I could barely even make out the occasional fleeting shape of a fish. The darkness is so complete, I feel as though it could suck me in. Almost like the night sky or beyond outer space.
お、当ててくれた。嬉しいな。
Well, look who I'm talking to. I had a feeling that's what it was. Impey smiles and I smile back.
実は海の底って俺たちがいずれ行く宇宙の環境にすごく近いって言われてるんだよ。暗くて寒くて酸素もなくて。
Now that you mention it, but there are stars in space and no light at all down here. Is it really that similar? As soon as I've said it, I know something about my question isn't quite right. Impey, however, simply chuckles.
それがそうでもないんだな。ちょっと失礼するよ、お姫様。
He reaches for the console with an impish grin, and then the cabin lamp shuts off and we're plunged into absolute darkness. Ah, I can't see anything.
慌てない慌てない。ああ、怖かったら俺に抱きついても OK よ。
Pass. Poor Impey. I purposefully neglect to mention I almost took up Impey's offer this time. But if he accidentally touched my skin in this pitch black dark, I can't bear to think about it. Eyes open or shut, it makes no difference. Deep within the blackness, all I can hear is the faint sound of our breathing. I grope for Impey's wrist, find it, and hold on tight, waiting. After some time, Impey leans in close and whispers in my ear.
そろそろかな。
About time for what?
まあまあ、すぐにわかるって。目を凝らして、よーく窓の外を見ててごらん。3、2、1。はい。
At Impey's now, the bathysphere's exterior lights clank on. My eyes had adjusted to the dark, so for a moment I'm blinded by the dazzling flash. At first I thought it was some sort of optical illusion, shimmering white light deep beneath the sea. Gradually they increase in number, spreading outwards. Oh, Impey can be so cute and romantic when you want to be. They look just like stars, even though we're deep on the seafloor. Shining stars dance in the dark depths as black as the night sky.
よかった。ちゃんと見られて。
What are they, Impey?
潜水球の開発中にさ、先人の文献に書いてあったんだよ。俺たちのこの潜水球ほど本格的じゃなくても、深海に見せられて深く潜ろうとした人は過去にも大勢いた。そういう人たちが発見してたんだ。この美しい光景をね。
Impey explains with a look on his face that reminds me of a child successfully pulling off a prank.
このきらめきの正体はね、海の中に浮遊する細かい粒子や巻き上げられた堆積物って言われてる。それが今、明かりに照らされて、まるで星のようにきらめいて見えてるんだ。つまり、言ってみれば、海の中の星空ってとこかな。
It was entirely appropriate. Our entire field of vision was full of stars. It almost feels as though we had already made it into space in one fell swoop. Endless darkness, but filled with stars to light our way. This is what it will look like where we're going. I continued to gaze at the sparks in wonder until we reached maximum depth. Beyond the sky, far above us, a world of stars await. With the scintillated sea lights reflected in my eyes, it is all I can think about.
だから言ったではないか。今回の実験は必ず成功すると。確かにあのインピー・バービケーンは軽薄でお調子者で陛下への敬意もないルパン並みの問題児ではあるが天才技師と自分で言うだけはある。最初から我が輩は信じていたとも。
一番不安そうだったのはレオンハルト兵長だったような。
After we surfaced, thankfully with no ill effects from the poison I so dreaded, the deck of the ship takes on a party atmosphere, everyone joining in to celebrate the successful experiment. We may have been the ones who actually dove in, but the success of the bathysphere is rightfully shared by our entire team. To show my gratitude and offer congratulations, I walk about the deck speaking to every engineer and laborer. Thank you, Victor. You brought us back up safe and sound.
うん。何事もなくて何よりだね。
よーし、ではお嬢さん、もっと話を聞かせてくれ。海の中はどうだった？宮殿に帰ったら陛下に土産花、いや、報告をしなければならんからな。
Victor looks tremendously relieved, and Lionheart is in fine spirits. All around us, engineers and laborers from the Royal Society are celebrating their triumph. While chatting with the infectiously happy crowd, I noticed something amiss. Huh? The biggest contributor and single hardest worker on the bathysphere project is nowhere to be found. Victor, do you know where Impey is?
あれ、さっきまでいたのに見当たらないね。
Where could he have gone? I'll go find him. I stroll through the interior of the ship, keeping an eye out for Impey. I pass through the wheelhouse, the engine room, the cargo area, even crew quarters. Wherever I go, I'm greeted by sailors effusive with praise about the bathysphere. By the time I finally find Impey, I feel like I must have spoken to every single one of them. The sun had already set. Impey, there you are.
お、カルディアちゃん。
Not like you to run off. He had been leaning against the railing, staring out at the water. The moonlight cast faint shadows across the contours of his profile. What are you doing here alone? Everyone wanted to talk to you.
ごめんごめん。ちょっとね、報告してたんだ。
Your report? I would understand if he had been talking about Lionheart Victoria, but there's nobody here. Who is he reporting to? You're the only one here, Impey. To this, he shakes his head no. Without a word, Impey points at the distant night sky towards the moon. Immediately, it all falls into place, and I understand what he meant. Ah, you mean the old man, don't you?
そうそう。また一歩夢に近づいたぞって自慢してやろうと思ってさ。今回の極限環境での実験、これは今後の計画で絶対に役立つよ。じいさんとだけじゃできなかったことだし。他にもいろいろ自慢してやろうと思ったんだけど。
What?
まあなんか考えちゃってさ。ちょっとぼーっとしてたわけ。
The moon's brilliant gleam reflects off the ocean waves. Impey stares out at the reflection, shimmering like a mirror. I wonder what he's thinking. I remain silent, waiting for him to speak.
ねえ、カルディアちゃん。海の底に潜ってきた感想はど
Taken off guard, I was so sure he was going to talk about the moon or space or the old man. What are my honest feelings about our underwater adventures today? The bottom of the sea was a place darker than the blackest night where I could barely sense or feel anything. I felt, to be honest, it was a little scary. Even safely floating above the waves, I vividly remember the pressure of being beneath them. It was a dark, dark world that would crush us if not for the bathysphere. If we were to somehow take one step outside, we would cease to be. The sheer magnitude of that fact makes me feel small and insignificant. If you hadn't been there with me, I don't think I could have stood it. My honest feelings, Ippy nods in understanding.
俺も同じだよ。
You were scared too.
そりゃそうだよ。あの中で一人ぼっちなんて考えるだけでゾッとしちゃう。
He laughs at his own statement so unlike him and shrugs.
だからこそ同じ夢に向けて隣を歩いてくれる君のことが本当に愛おしく思うんだ。これはきっと今回の件だけじゃなくて月へ向かう時も同じだと思う。俺は君に会えてよかった。君を好きになってよかった。心の底からそう思うよ。
Impy lavishes me with unexpected attention and I don't know how to react. I immediately avert my eyes, unable to think. I tried to say something that wasn't a direct response. You're going to make me blush. That was so sudden. You're already blushing. It's too late.
いいの。好きな人には照れるところもどんなところも全部見せていいんだから。
He seems to have amused himself, so I let him laugh, then...
ねえ、カルディアちゃん。
Impy looks me directly in the eye. His expression is serious and resolute. I feel drawn in by his no-nonsense manner. Yes, Impy?
俺とフランの共同研究覚えてる？
Yes, of course I do. Impy and Victor had been struggling with their secret research project for a long, long time now. I know better than anyone how much sleep they've lost over it and how much it means to them. What about it, though?
今朝ようやくそれが終わったんだ。
With that, Impy produces a small medical vial. The liquid inside emits a faint glow that makes me feel inexplicably nostalgic. What is that?
まだ秘密。
Drink it and find out.
それ飲んでみてほしいんだ。まあ別に惚れ薬とかじゃないよ。
Of course, he would say it's not a love potion. Oh, you and your jokes. A love potion wouldn't work on me anyway. I couldn't possibly love you any more than I already do. Oh, that's so sweet.
お言ってくれるね。
You've impressed him. And so, I pull out the vial stopper and lift it to my lips, making sure they don't touch. The liquid has a faintly sweet aftertaste. It's sweet. That's the only impression I could offer, unfortunately. And is there a specific reason you wanted me to drink this, or...?
すごく大事な意味があったよ。もしかするとまだ君には理解できてないかもしれないけど、少なくとも俺たち二人にとってすごく大事なこと。
Both of us. Impey takes my hands in his.
以前一時的に君の体から毒が消えた時があったでしょ。あの時触れた君の感触を俺は今でもずっと覚えてるんだ。
He pulls off my glove. What are you, Impey? An instant later, our fingers are intertwined. Our fingers, the fingers that we're never supposed to touch. Aww. I'm so stunned I can't say a word. Impey's hand should be rotting away, tainted by my poison, melting off his bones as I watch in horror. Instead, I can feel his hands, his skin against mine.
柔らかくてあったかくてでもってたまらなく愛おしい。ずっと俺はこの感触を待ち望んでた。
Other people's hands are warm. I never fully grasped that until this moment, this beautiful moment and this feeling. And in that instant, I realized that the wall that kept me apart from the world had crumbled. I feel each of Impey's fingers with each of my own, sharing the sense of warmth. That vial, was it?
そう。ホロロギウムを無毒化する薬。本当はもっと早く完成させたかったんだけど、結局1年近くかかっちゃったね。
Wow, he's been working on it the entire time. I thought it's only been like a few months.
それにこれは俺一人じゃ実現できなかった。もし後でお礼が言いたくなったらフランちゃんにも忘れないでね。感謝のキスもほっぺに1回だけならインピーさんも嫉妬しないから。
I won't be jealous. Oh, for Victor, okay. Oh, that's sweet. He's willing to share just one peck. Even as Impey tells one of his typical silly jokes, he continues stroking the back of my hand. The simple gesture feels so wondrous I almost forget to breathe. May I touch you too? I'm so nervous that the words come out in a whisper. I used to be called a monster. And for a monster like me, the act of touching someone is an unforgivable sin. I who brought ruin even to those most important to me, do I deserve to touch anyone else?
もちろん
Do I deserve to touch the man I love?
もちろんいいに決まってるよ。
He's answering her unanswered questions.
カルディアちゃん、君はもう何も傷つけずに生きていいんだ。
I only realize I'm crying when I feel the tear roll down my cheek. I never have to hurt anyone again. I never have to destroy anything precious. With infinite gentleness, Impey wipes away my tears of joy.
俺、今からすげえ自分勝手なこと言うよ。ノーチダスに乗り込む前、君にキスができて、お互いを感じて。それを知っているからこそ、また君に触れられないことがめちゃくちゃ辛かった。君の思いを、君のぬくもりを、 俺はもう知ってしまったから。
It's been the same for me. I miss the warm feel of your body so much, I cried endlessly. Part of me has been so very sad since then. So it's my turn to be selfish. I love you. I love you so, so much. And B, I want to kiss you.
破壊力抜群だね、それ。
You don't want to. You didn't talk about it the first time you kissed her, you just...
そんなわけないじゃない。当然。俺だって。
There's nothing stopping us now. I feel drawn towards him and he to me. The fantasy I've played out in my head over and over is about to... The fantasy, she's been dreaming about it for a year. Uh-oh. You have a show.
なんか間が悪くてごめん。
うわあ、お前ら何見ちゃってんだよ。
You ruined it. Dang it. How dare you.
我が輩たちのせいではあるまい。こんな狭い船の中でこんなことをしている方が悪いというかだな。
Me attempting such things. I'm just going to kiss her.
あ、僕は止めたんだよ。でもレオンハルト兵長が探しに行くって。
今日の主役が2人ともいなくなったら探しに来るのが当然だろう。
とにかく僕たちは退散するからまた後でね。
It's too late. It's ruined.
おいシュタイン博士、そんなにオスでない。
The moment's gone. I know, right? I'm sorry. That happened.
本当だね。てか、めちゃくちゃいい雰囲気だったのに、俺ってば最後までこんな感じなのか？
Impey's shoulders slumped. He's not joking. I can tell how disappointed he is. I understand it all too well. The moment we'd been waiting for so long. The moment we were about to touch. The moment we were about to experience happiness. I wouldn't trade for the world. No, I have to. Impey. There was no way I could hold back any longer. No words, just kiss. She's like, I must have you. You probably couldn't have called it a romantic kiss. Desperate was more accurate. All I wanted to do was convey my feelings. He was right there, the most important person in the world to me. I need to convey everything I feel. It was the one thought in my head. Unconsciously, I pull him closer, gripping hard. Impey responds in kind, holding me tighter still. But I still need... I need to be even closer to him, as close as I can possibly get. His heartbeat, his body heat, everything he is. I need Impey so desperately, I was only vaguely surprised when I even tried to wrap my legs around him. What else was I supposed to do? When it felt like my own body was a barrier to getting closer. We kiss as if possessed, our lips locked together until we run out of breath. Forced to gasp for air, we finally talk to one another.
情熱的だね。
I've been holding back for a year, Impey. I couldn't help it. But I still haven't had enough of you. You'd better prepare yourself. Oh my.
それは俺だって同じだよ。だって俺、君のことが大好きなんだから。
I like it when the woman gets aggressive too every once in a while. It's really adorable. Sure, it's cute when they're all shy and stuff, but in moments like this, it's just like, go for it, girl. I'm sorry to inform you, I adore you more than. It was almost like play arguing. We laughed together joyously, and something tells me we won't stop anytime soon. No, not for a long time, if ever. We are to pursue the same dream side by side, hand in hand forever. That was so cute. I do remember that CG, obviously. I don't remember the submarine one. Such a beautiful picture. I have to change my desktop again. Alright, let's turn down the volume. Oh, 1 year later. What? I don't remember this.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are to. うわっやっべ、挑戦ミスった。どうよしよし。
Did everyone have a scene after the song? I don't remember.
かわいいかわいいオーニソプターちゃん。今日は一世一代の舞台なんだから機嫌直してちょうだいよ。
一世一代の舞台っつうなら、その主役がなんでこんなとこで油売ってんだ、インピ
おうルパン、ちょっと待って、ガスの調整弁が不調でさ。トゥインクルトゥインクル。
だー、のんきだなてめえは。歌ってる暇がどこにあんだよ。ほら時計見やがれ。もう入場の時間まで5分ねえんだぞ。
げ、もうそんな時間？
そうだよ。つがお前が遅刻したらシャレにならねえだろ
う。なあ、大丈夫大丈夫。ほら、ヒーローは遅れてやってくるってやつ？
I think I actually know what this is about.
きっとマイプリンセスも俺のじらしプレイにドキドキしてる頃だって。
じらしプレイとか言うな。ちなみに集まった連中はもう大騒ぎしてやがるからな。このまま奴が出てこなかった場合、ヨが代理で花婿役をやってやろう。
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
とかドラちゃんが言い出してからすっかり花婿役争奪戦になってるぜ。
Been all that war?
うおー、結婚式で花嫁略奪の危機。
おお、 ちなみに今はシシーが優勢だ。
シシどういうこととにかくこうしちゃいられない。待っててよカルディアちゃん、今すぐ本物の旦那さんが迎えに行っちゃうからね。
やれやれ、最後の最後まで世話が焼ける相棒だぜ。
はい、me too.
あいつのことちゃんと幸せにしてやれよ。
Oh, in every route, he has a thing for her. Meanwhile, on the deck of the airship, the guests assembled for this day wait on pins and needles, expecting the happy couple to appear at any moment.
遅い。もうすぐ予定の時間だろう。まさか土壇場でおじけづいたのか？
Can't believe they waited a whole year to get married, though, especially with how she acted on the ship.
インピーに限ってそれはないと思いますよ。
逃げるというよりも舞い上がって転んで頭を打つ方がまだありえそうだ。
みんな好き勝手言ってるな。
おや、お帰りなさいルパン。インピーは見つかりましたか？
おうよ、ついさっきケツを蹴っ飛ばしてやったとこだ。なんとか時間には間に合うだろう。
しかしまだ信じられんな。まさかあの二人が結婚とは。
Yeah, what? There's only been 2 weddings, Lupin and Impey.
しかもこんな飛行船で式を挙げるとはな。
派手好きなインピーらしいのでは？
うわあ、いよいよって感じだね。
というか、なんだこの金は。わざわざ持ち込むあたり、凝り性というかなんというか。
はいはい、静かにしろって。始まるぜ。
では不詳、この私が牧師の代理をいたしましょう。それでは皆さん、新郎新婦の入場です。おや？
Oh, yeah?
伯爵、肝心の新郎新婦はどこに？
まさか本当におじけづいて。
おーい
ん？
おーい、参列者諸君、こっちこっち。
どこからか聞き慣れた騒がしい声が。
お、来たな。お前ら、上だ。上見てみろ。
See, I thought this was supposed to be at MP's main route, and then after I talked about it, I'm like, that didn't happen. I guess it's in his ending then. Lupin and Victor, all our fans wear matching expressions of amazement. We're higher than even the airship. Deepest cerulean blue surrounds us completely. There can be no denying where we are, the sky. The warm light of the sun beams down unobstructed, making my pure white wedding dress sparkle as it flutters in the wind. Impey and I join hands, waving at our assembled guests below. My goodness, they all look so surprised.
そりゃそうでしょ。まさか空から降ってくるなんて誰も思ったりしないって。さて、改めまして諸君。本日は俺とカルディアちゃんのラブラブなウェディングにようこそいらっしゃいました。
いい感じに調子に乗ってんな。
今日は二人が主役だからね。
まあ今日くらいは友人として素直に祝ってやるのも悪くないか。
おお、すごいぞ。2人が空を飛んでいるではないか。
これは重力緩和装置というやつですか。まさかこんな使い方をするとは。
We wave at the crowd again, and a cheer erupts from below. A wave of happiness overtakes me, and I don't bother trying to hide it. Smiling, I turn to look at my beloved. Say Impey.
何かな My sweet honey?
You really don't have to enunciate it like that, but anyway. What made you want to hold our wedding ceremony in the sky?
一つは重力緩和装置の実験のため。でもう一つはなんでだと思う
Impey grins. There's a secret behind that smile, I think, and he whispers in my ear.
前からずっと思ってたんだよ。君と結婚式を挙げるなら、できるだけ俺たちの目標に近いところで挙げようって。
You mean? We lock eyes, then look up at the distant skies together. They're suspended at the farthest reaches of the horizon, the moon. It's ever so faintly visible in the daylight, like a mirage. Even so, Impey and I will never lose sight of it. It's our goal after all, gleaming beyond the bounds of a conceivable distance. It's our dream. Let's go, Impey.
はあ、もちろん。じいさん、もうじき行くから待ってろよ。
Going to the moon. Impey and the old man shared that dream and did everything they could to achieve it. Now Impey shares it with me. Plans are going well. Exactly 2 years from now, on this date, I depart for the moon. My love will be with me, and we will journey beyond the stars. That was super sweet. Now I want to see if all the other videos had something at the end of it, because I don't remember anything being at the end of them, except for, I think, Lupin's. Lupin's had the thing on the tower. But still, it's been a long time. I think Saint Germain's was recorded like a month ago. So it's been a long time for that. I've slept since then. Let me just go to here so it doesn't go to this stupid song. I mean, this video's already going to be copyrighted anyway, but the song's really loud, so... Anyway, that is the end of Impey's route. Yeah, we got Victor's up next, and then Sholmes, and then Finnis, and then we are done with Future Blessings, because I don't think I'm going to do Lupin's extra gain, or whatever her name is. I don't even know her name, so... Yeah, and now it's time to go record some Cupid Parasite. This video is coming out tomorrow. Cupid Parasite just released like a minute ago because it's already midnight. And then this one's coming out tomorrow, and then but I do want to record the next Cupid Parasite because well, after you guys watch it, you'll know that it's very interesting. So I want to know how their relationship progresses now. But anyway, if you guys like this video, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and get ready for Victor's route next, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.